Lashenee,
Yes.
we are here in Los Angeles. You're homeless. Tell me about it.
I was living in Bridges of Kramer Place, Mercy House, and I contracted coronavirus through
And that's
the
a
staff.
homeless shelter.
Yes, sir. Houses 247 people. I always wore a mask and all that good stuff. Well, when I felt sick, I told 2 of the staff there. No one responded, so I was there for a whole week with corona, which spread throughout the whole shelter. They sent me to quarantine.
And you said you had contracted it from a
Staff member.
staff member.
And I was then told I wasn't going to be quarantined with the other people that I was around because another person, that's how we found out. Someone I was around had it, and I told them, well, I was around her, I need to be quarantined, and I'm already feeling sick, so you guys need to make sure. No one did anything. Sure enough, when they came back to test us, which is the CDC, they told me I was positive. I went to a hotel where they changed it into living quarters for people supposed to be accommodating us. They did not. A really bad experience. They also put me in a room with 3 other positive people. They kept moving me rooms.
Whoa. So you're in a homeless shelter.
Mm-hmm.
You get COVID from a staff. It's not the staff person's fault.
Yeah.
But you get COVID. So then they quarantine you in a hotel room with 3 other positive people.
Yes.
So there's 4 of you. How many beds in the hotel?
There were 4. At first they had me in a separate room by myself, and then they moved me 4 more times.
Okay.
After that.
So what they do, bring in cots or something, or?
No, just, it was different rooms.
Got it.
But they were all different. Some had 3 beds, some had 4, some had just 1.
Got it.
The issue was the women had symptoms still. I didn't. So you can still get sick. COVID stays in your body past 6 months, possibly even longer. You're technically not contagious after 5 days, but if it's still in your body, to me, you can pass it. And I wouldn't wish that on no one or want anyone to get it. I was lucky enough that my symptoms weren't as bad as others. So therefore, the CDC told us that we could not go back to our shelter or any shelter in Orange County, not just Orange County, California, until December 3rd. It was before Thanksgiving when I was supposed to leave. My fiancé also had to get tested too, obviously. But every time he would come in contact with me there, they kept changing his date, which made no sense because...
Changing his testing date?
His quarantine date.
Okay.
They just keep restarting, like if I gave him a hug or anything like that. And it was ridiculous because he got his results negative. So if he was going to get it, he would have it. But he doesn't because he has the antibodies. So they didn't want to put us in the same room. I told them, like, I've been more than compliant with you guys. You're supposed to accommodate to me and how I feel. I'm the one going through it. And I would like my husband to be with me, being that everybody else is with their significant other, even not legally married.
Right. Homeless services splits people up.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Well, that's what the issue was. It's 3 other couples that were there that are not legally married who were still pending on their results, and they were still able to be in the same room. They literally moved him from the room that he could see me from. I was upstairs and he was at the bottom, just because they didn't want us to have contact with each other. They moved him across the other side of the hotel.
It sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah.
And then you're saying that the place wasn't
clean. There was no toiletries, no towels and toothpaste and just little basic stuff that at least could have been provided. The room that they put me in with the 3 other positive women, the woman decided to get undressed completely and stay walking around hovering over her bed the whole entire night until 3 o'clock in the morning. Completely naked.
I can't do roommates. I lived in a shelter for 7 years. I can't do roommates.
And it was just an experience where like I'm working with them, but they're not working with me. And then I got insulted by the RN there, who decided to tell me, you need to stop calling him your husband because you guys aren't married yet, and you need to stay away from him. And I told her, that's not part of your job description to tell me that, especially with me feeling lonely right now.
Yeah.
I would like to have him around.
And you guys make a great couple.
So thank you.
You know, I mean, he's hovering right there. I know.
Yeah, I love him very much. I was still, at the end of the day, was very respectful to all staff there. But we made the decision to leave there and finish our own quarantine of the date that he had gave me, which was the 21st. The issue is, I call Bridges of Kramer Place and tell them, okay, well, they told me I can't come back anyway, so we'll be back on December 3rd. No, you can't come back. When you self-exit there, you self-exit here at Bridges. And I don't understand how that's even fair or possible to put someone out who did nothing wrong. I tried to work with these people and they treated me wrong, me and my husband, and it wasn't fair. So instead of keeping me safe like they're supposed to, is what they said they were going to do, we became out on the street.
And because you tested positive, putting you out on the street makes others at risk.
Absolutely.
I mean, you're fine now, but
Yep.
that is just it seems like a horror story after a horror story.
Yeah, because for me, I didn't want to risk anybody else, and that's why I told multiple staff members that, hey, I think I should be quarantined too, and I was around the person who came up positive. I have a 8-year-old daughter that if I were to get housing right now and get a place, she can't come home to me. I have full custody of her, but I'm not going to take that risk. So I just basically miss out on my child right now, and I don't even know how to even really take it, you know?
And you saying because you tested positive, it ruined your chance for housing.
Yeah, so they didn't want to work with me because of deadlines that needed to be met with turning in paperwork, and I explained to the woman, I just got tested positive. I'm in quarantine right now. I can't even get out to go get birth certificates or social security cards, to do those things. Plus, that's going to take months anyway with COVID happening. She said, excuse me, if I needed more time just to let her know, and I said, yes, I do. Now, it's still the same document missing is the social security card. You have my tax return papers, which I claim my daughter on, which has her full name, date of birth, social security. If you don't want to give me housing based off of not having a physical copy,
Bureaucracy kills.
That doesn't even make sense. A woman trying to get on her feet to provide for a child, and you're telling her, oh, well, we're going to terminate your case because of that. So, like I said, now we're here out on the streets, city of LA.
You're saying that, or your fiance was saying, but when he introduced me to you, there's like 200 of you that were exited out to the streets.
Yes. When I went back the 4 days ago before we got here at Echo Park to get my belongings, there were only 12 people left there at Bridges. And some of those were people who were positive and already finished their quarantine and came back. And then the others were just people who weren't there at the time everything was going on. No one's there.
Oh my gosh. So they're all just scattered.
In different...
And some of them could be... Because being outside seems to be safer than being in a shelter.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I mean, I'm lucky enough to have someone, but even if I didn't have him with me, I feel a lot more safer. I actually get fed better and healthier than I was at Bridges. Cleanliness, I try to do the best that I can, to make sure.
Your tent's really clean.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me in.
I honestly feel like when you're homeless, people look at you in a sense of, oh, ew, God, oh, gross. Or you did something bad to get there. Not all of us did something wrong. Not all of us have a drug problem. Not all of us are this stigmatism that people have.
Right.
The reality is, hey, COVID just happened. A lot of you are about to become homeless. How would you feel if someone was treating you that way? I mean, I'm praying to God they don't become homeless, but reality is it's already happening. And I wouldn't want this for no one here on this earth. Illumination Foundation and Mercy House, I really hope that someone's going to take a look at this and wake up and see, like, people are getting treated bad. Too many people have died in shelters where you're supposed to be getting help.
Well, there's no governance of shelters. There really isn't. There's no quality control. Shelter operators are often doing the best they can, but in some situations, there's abuse. I know this. I lived in shelters. My first shelter was shut down by the FBI because there was so much abuse.
Yeah.
But there's no reporting of this. There's no quality control of the way shelter operators treat people. It's a free-for-all, and that is a problem.
It is. I know there's a woman who asked before they shut down the shelter, can I self-quarantine by myself, me and my husband, because I have court-ordered to go see my children. Well, if you don't come and stay here, you can't, we're gonna exit you. But I am court-ordered to see my child. That's not fair, and I'm still quarantined. Well, decide what you're gonna do. Yeah. Well, I'm a mom. I'm gonna pick my child. If I have to be on the street, I guess that's what it's gonna be, but it shouldn't be like that. I came to your shelter so that way I can get on my feet, get my kids, have a life, because we all at one point had that. Yeah. So I just...
And you're saying you want to work.
Absolutely. I was on bed rest for the past 8 months due to a foot injury, and that happened at Bridges. I rubbed up against one of their benches that they have, and it punctured my foot and then created a giant hole with a pus pocket.
Right. Well, and now with the coronavirus, there's no service jobs. There's no jobs for people. People still say, get a job. Where and who's hiring, and how are you going to take a shower to keep a job?
And qualifications at that. I have a very great resume. Most of the time before COVID happened, oh, you're overqualified for this. So now the issue is it's COVID and I'm overqualified. Where am I going to work? Who's going to want to hire me, being that I can only do so much now at this point and I'm not on disability?
If you had 3 wishes, what would they be?
First is to see and hold my daughter. I love her very much. I miss her. It's almost been 2 years. Second wish would be that how people, let me take that back. I wish people would treat others the way they would want to be treated. And the third is I wish this world was better, happier, kinder, loving, take care of each other. Because at the end of the day, this is all we have. Yeah, pretty much it.
Great wishes. Thank you very much for talking to me.
No problem. I hope anyone who has COVID or any family members who are going through it, you guys keep strong, pray. It is real, it's not a joke. People are dying from it, even people who are completely healthy. Please, just keep safe and practice being clean and treating others well. Thank you.